Welcome to English Through Stories. Today, I want to share with you a story of hope, courage, and determination. This is the story of Amira, a girl who grew up in a small town where opportunities were rare and dreams were often broken by the harsh realities of life. Amira's family was very poor. Her father worked as a rickshaw puller, and her mother worked as a maid. Most days, they struggled even to buy food. But Amira loved learning. She had only a few old books, given to her by a kind neighbor. Every evening, after finishing her household chores, she would sit under a dim street lamp and read. Her dream was simple yet powerful. She wanted to become a teacher, not just for herself, but for all the children in her village who could not afford education. The path was never easy. People mocked her. Some told her, "Girls are not meant to study. Your place is in the kitchen." But Amira never listened to the noise of the world. She kept her eyes on her dream. At school, she often went without lunch because she had no money. But instead of feeling sad, she told herself, "Hunger will not defeat me. My mind is stronger than my stomach." Years passed. She studied harder and harder. Sometimes, she even walked miles to borrow books from the town library. One rainy day, she was soaked in water, but still carried her school bag carefully so her books would not get wet. That day, her teacher noticed her determination and said, "Amira, one day you will change the world."
These words became her guiding light. But soon after, tragedy struck. Her father fell sick and could no longer work. Her mother's small earnings were not enough for the family. Amira faced the toughest choice: leave school and start working, or continue her studies while supporting her family. She decided to do both. By day, she worked in a small garment factory, sewing clothes for long hours. At night, she studied. Her eyes often burned with fatigue. Her hands were tired. Her back ached, but her heart whispered, "Don't give up." Years of sacrifice followed. Finally, she passed her school exams with top marks. But college seemed impossible. The fees were too high. Yet, Amira believed, if there is a will, there is always a way. She applied for a scholarship. When she received the letter that she was accepted with a full scholarship, tears rolled down her cheeks. For the first time, she saw her dream coming closer. In college, life was still hard. She had to balance studies, part-time jobs, and taking care of her family. But every challenge only made her stronger. She became a role model for other girls in her village. One day, Amira visited her old village school. She saw children sitting on the floor with broken walls and no proper books. At that moment, she made a new promise. One day, I will build a school here, a place where no child will be denied education. After finishing her education, she worked as a teacher, saved money, and raised funds from kind people who believed in her mission. Finally, after years of struggle, her dream became reality. A small building stood tall in her village, Amira's School of Hope. Children from poor families came to study for free. They had books, they had teachers, and most importantly, they had dreams. Amira, once a poor girl who studied under a street lamp, now stood proudly as the founder of a school. Her story reminds us all, success is not about where you start, but about how far you are willing to go, how many times you are ready to fight, and how deeply you believe in your dream. So whenever life pushes you down, remember Amira. Remember her courage. Remember her voice that said, "Don't give up," because education can change a life, and one life can change the world.